So far, we've been doing a lot of classical, most favored, easily found, easy recipes. So I thought myself, why don't we do something different this time? Something fancy, fine dining. So back then, we had kings in Korea. So who would have the most fancy dinner? I think it was king. So the king wanted to have some ribs. I mean, it looks very appetizing to eat like this. But it would look actually funny for the king to do it. So the king asked his cooks, make me ribs that I can eat easily without dirtying myself. So the cooks came up with a great idea, separate the meat from the bones, and then make it minced or make it very tender and wrap it around on the ribs again, on the bones. This is very interesting recipe. Traditionally, you would do it in a charcoal grill with a mash grill, but if you do that on a gas stove, what happens is the juice comes from the meat and it falls all the way to the gas stove, and then it will be a disaster actually. So I developed a recipe. You can do it on the pan, no problem, no mess at all, but very tender meat and very nice sauce with it. So should we jump in already? So we're going to start with the ingredients as usual. So for this introduction, we have 3 different parts. Main ingredients, and for marinade, and also for dipping sauce. Dipping sauce is really killer. You can't have it without it. So please make it. So of course, we need 700 grams of beef, some spring onion, just one, and then red pepper and ginger, small little onion, and 2 cloves garlic. And then for dry ingredients, we have sugar, potato starch, apple vinegar, sesame seeds, and some sesame oil, and then some soy sauce, and lastly some cooking oil. So we're going to start with the marinade. It kind of sounds funny actually because I'm saying marinade, but we're not actually marinating this. You could, but what happens is if you marinate it, then the meat will taste more like marinade. And I'm a meat lover myself, and I like some taste of meat, like fresh meat in my mouth. So we're not marinating this, we're only wetting it, but I'll show you in a bit. So it's very simple. So what you want to do is that I peeled this garlic already. No, I mean ginger. You grate it. And then tiny little garlic friends. And then I have 1/4 cup of soy sauce. 1/4 cup, 15 tablespoons. I don't know, as you like, 275 millimeters soy sauce. Depends on if you have measuring cup or not. And then that just goes right in. And then here I have 3 tablespoons that I already measured, and another 3 tablespoons of sugar. Sugar, potato starch goes right in. What are you going to do? You mix it. Nothing rocket science. I mean, it's food for the king, but you know, it doesn't have to be difficult, right? So just give it a quick mix. So here we have it. So here, these are, I would say, extras. Onions, red pepper, and spring onion. So spring onion, we don't actually cook it, it's for garnish. So spring onion, just thinly slice them. So these beauties are ready. So here, I'll cut onion first. Nothing special. Cut in half. And then cut in half again. 1, 2, 3. So this we're gonna eat it with the dipping sauce. It really brings the texture, like crunchy, and then also it's a bit sweet. So for taste, it's really important to have this. Red pepper, just slice them. So just, you know, cut it thin. So that's it. We're gonna make dipping sauce already. It's really nice. So I already put in 2 tablespoons of apple vinegar. It's 2 tablespoons. I already measured it. I'm not lying. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then we have the onions that I cut already, and the red pepper. Don't put too much at once because it will become very difficult to dip it. So that's ready. Almost, if I put a magic touch. There you go. That's dipping sauce. Really nice. Emphasize again, you need it with the food. So for the meat, so what you have to do is that you don't want any parts like this, the silver skins, because it gets very chewy. It's not edible, edible, I'll say. So you go through the line, and you just only want, I'm not a communist by the way, you just only want to see red. Just red, this flesh, that's all you need. But I'm using a bit of chip cuts of meat. So it does have some silver skins. So you want to get rid of everything. So I would say around this bit is fairly good. And now we're putting in the water for about half an hour. Let all the blood out to be pure, just meat, no this smell. So this is a crucial part. So what we do is, as you can tell, the meat's been in the water for a while. So what you do is that you don't cut it actually, but you give incisions. Then now it's cut open. Then you turn it a little bit. And then you give another incision. It's different from burger. It's not really meaty. This has some texture. So that's why it takes a bit of effort. But by doing so, you will have much more texture of the meat. So first, now it's very finely minced. And then you shape it. Doesn't have to be in a certain shape, just like basically just think as you're portioning it. And if you want to make it big, of course, you can make it bigger. But I want to make around this size, so you don't have to actually cut it off and then just eat it with dipping sauce. Then, like I said, we already made a marinade, but you can tell this is becoming a bit stiff under, so you grab every single bit, put some on the meat, but just the surface. Like I said, if you do it, if you could mix everything up, but then, like I said, it will become very saucy inside. So I just lightly coat outside. Meanwhile, when you're cooking, after searing the meat, I pour some more, so it will have more. It's not the end, because we have quite a lot left. So I'm heating up the pan with a high heat. Pour some oil. And it's very important that you use pan that has really nice coating on. Otherwise it will stick, and then what happens is you can't really keep the shape of it. So you make sure you have very nice pan. Otherwise you can get the roasting tray that's made out of mesh. It's up to you. I prefer that if I have charcoal grill, but and when the oil gets a bit watery like this, it means the pan is heated nicely. Another way is that when you hear this, it means it's ready. So go ahead, drop the bowl, spread out a bit. And then here, so this side on top didn't get the sauce, so just put some in there. Carefully flip it. So here finally we have Tteokgalbi or no biryani. Usually I prefer as this, but you can also put some sesame oil. It tastes more, it's a bit bit richer, a bit oily, a little bit. I don't really like it that much personally, but a lot of people actually do like it. So you can go ahead. Make a small line. Don't make the meat swim in oil. Then how you eat it is that bit of pepper. This is how you're supposed to eat. So don't leave all the onion and red pepper. You like this. Enjoy.